Almost 2 months ago, YouTube made a video saying, good news, you guys can now swear in your video. So first 7 seconds of your video, feel free to say whatever the hell you want and don't worry about getting demonetized. So a lot of people got excited, started swearing a lot in their videos, and then YouTube made another video today actually clarifying what you can and can't say. So we're going to watch their video and see what they have to say.
It seems like we may have done a better job rolling out our latest update to the advertiser-friendly content guidelines. We heard three main themes: that we're listening to you, that we're giving creators more freedom to express themselves, and that we're being open and transparent.
This exact face is my reaction to what he just said, but I assume he just means on profanity and nothing else related to YouTube, because I'm pretty sure the majority of the community is not happy with how YouTube is being run right now. But anyways.
And yes, me saying fuck was a key part of that transparency. However, you heard me say my team and I would be reviewing all of your comments under that video, and we did. We found there were a few recurring questions that we wanted to address, so let's get into it. Will old videos be re-reviewed and monetized under this new update? Great question, and we'll do better at addressing how retroactive reviews work for a given update in future videos. For content where there was strong profanity within the first 7 seconds, demonetized correctly prior to our relaxation of this policy, we identified uploads that were demonetized solely for this reason and no other, and re-reviewed them, flipping the rating to a green dollar icon. Re-reviews did not involve a notification, but you can check the monetization status in Studio to confirm. Now, we're not perfect. If you think we missed an upload, contact support.
That's a good thing that they're going back and remonetizing videos that had swearing before. If you want to go and check what videos of yours are monetized or not, just go into your YouTube studio and click channel content and you will see a full list of monetized videos over here. And if you want to filter it by not monetized content, you go over here to the left, monetization, and filter it by not monetized or limited monetization. To be totally honest though, if you want maximum viewership though, you should just not swear in your videos, because remember that YouTube has its restricted mode. Yes, YouTube has clarified that this is not on by default and not everybody uses this, but if your videos do involve swearing and you activate restricted mode, for example, I swore in this video right over here in between these two videos. If I turn restricted mode on, that video has now completely disappeared.
Moving on, Deets Tales commented, I think people would like as full of a list of words as they can get, so it's clear what words, not just swearing, constitute an instant demonetize, and which are okay for light use, at least in the top 3 most used languages on YouTube. We've historically been resistant to providing a list. It can be interpreted as a directive not to use a given word. So we've given the categories: moderate, strong, and extreme, with examples on our help center. That said, we're here to listen to you. So we're noting this would be helpful to some of you, and we'll discuss it internally. Next, do we still have to skirt around sensitive words like killed or dead when describing events in a fictional story or reporting on current events? I was really grateful for this question. It's actually quite a big misconception that words like dead, killed, murdered, suicide, or rape will, when used once or twice in an upload, be central to why a video is demonetized. I see this myself as a viewer. The words are muted or censored. In reality, use of those words does not result in demonetization. We think some creators may not realize that when an upload focuses on suicide, focuses on sexual assault, focuses on self-harm, that is typically reason for demonetization. Now, you may ask, so can I use these terms in titles and thumbnails and monetize? Technically, yes, but the question I ask myself is, when something like suicide is there in a title or thumbnail, isn't the whole video going to be about that topic? If that is the case, it's likely to be demonetized.
So it's good that they clarified that you can actually say words like kill and suicide and stuff like that. And as long as your video doesn't center around that, then you should be okay. This is actually kind of a test. Hopefully I don't get demonetized for saying those words. But yeah, even myself, I've thought in the past, that if you say those types of words, then your video will automatically get demonetized. But Connor over here is clarifying, no, it just has to be what the video is about. If your video is actually about those things, then yes, you will get demonetized. So basically don't make videos about, people dying and suicide and stuff like that if you don't want your video to get demonetized. Now, he did say, if those videos are in a title, he did say, isn't that what the entire video is about? That's one I would actually push back on. I'll give you an example. I mean, I have 2 videos on my channel that have the word killed in them. One is the first video I ever uploaded, fun fact, which is a Fortnite video called I Can't Be Killed. Obviously, the whole video doesn't center around murder just because killed is in the title. And same thing with Elon Musk killing Twitter. That doesn't mean that anyone's actually being killed in the video. It's sometimes killed, and murder can be used in metaphorical terms. I would understand his point about like the word suicide unless like the title of a video involves something like, oh, someone just committed career suicide or something. There's just nuances to it, but hopefully it won't be as strict as the second YouTube sees those videos in a title, the video just automatically gets demonetized. Now that's what would suck.
A good example of a video that is eligible for monetization, even though these words are used, is this Creator Insider video. I haven't focused on those topics or had accounts of those experiences outlined in a descriptive way. Moving on, does highly graphic violence like blood and guts in the first 7 seconds allow full monetization as well? For that content area, our policy focuses on the level of gore and graphicness. So no, the first 7 seconds is not treated the way profanity was. Now, I assume you're talking about gore and graphicness in video game content. Again, it's about the extent to which the gore is explicit and highly realistic. Examples include excessive blood, a focus on mutilation or beheading or severed limbs. Those will bring you closer to the yellow icon. You may ask, why do we even have this policy and why apply it to video game content? It's extreme graphicness. Again, we're not talking about general violence in video game content that is still not advertiser friendly. We'll leave the shocking content and violence guidelines below in the description.
So it sounds like he's talking about games like Mortal Kombat and God of War and stuff like that. I do actually vaguely remember YouTube talking about videos that are centered around violence in video games, like a Mortal Kombat fatality compilation would actually be eligible for demonetization. So basically, if you want your videos to be monetized, maybe try not playing Mortal Kombat all that much.
Next, we heard this needs to be a two-way street. We outlined advertiser sensitivity to profanity at the start of content has changed, but you as creators called us on that. If advertisers are picking and choosing what content they serve ads on, then creators should be given more choice about ad serving on their content. So many asked, what controls do creators have? These controls are available to YouTube Partner Program creators and live in their AdSense account. We've left an article on how those blocking controls work in the description. Let us know how they strike you. Lastly, why didn't we do this sooner? That's a valid point. Why now and not before? I guess part of it was because we wanted to land this right. Creators told us how we could have done better last time we updated this policy, but I agree we could all move faster. We'd love to hear what other specific aspects of our advertiser-friendly content guidelines you feel should be changed. We can talk to more advertisers and see what's up. As a final reminder, as I mentioned in our first video, while this update gives creators more leeway when it comes to profanity and monetizing their content, it still does not mean you can use profanity excessively. So as I said before, remember to pick and choose your fucks carefully. That's it for today. Keep it real.
So overall, that was a pretty decent video. I do appreciate that Connor and his team was actually replying to the comments of his last video. I mean, that's the best way to create dialogue with your audience, right? Like I said, though, earlier, if you really do want your videos to have the highest viewership possible, though, I would actually recommend not swearing in your videos. Like he said, though, just basically avoid extreme profanity and avoid just saying swear words every single other word. The reason why I've recently been trying to avoid swearing is because I feel like YouTube just targets my channel in general, so I don't want to give them yet another reason to start censoring my videos and not push them out. I wanted to save this part for the end of the video where the actual real ones will stick around. But yeah, guys, I'm going to be going on vacation starting tomorrow. I'm not really sure when I'll be back. I just want to thank you guys for everything. Thank you guys for all the support on YouTube, Twitter, Discord, everything. I cannot thank you guys enough for everything. And I really do hope to see you guys soon.